Hey, Dr. A here, founder of Get Your Civics On Florida Civic Prep. I want to take a couple of minutes to take you on a great tour. Let's take a look under the hood at our new FCLE Boot Camp. Let's go. Come on. So here we're looking at the high school edition. We all know, and if you're a high school student or a college student, it's the same exam, but we do have two different versions of this test speaking to each demographic, but also so we track the success of each of these group of students as we go on. So if you're watching this video and thinking, well, I'm a university dean or I work at a university or I'm a university student, what about the university edition? It's the same thing. All right. So here's a boot camp. Coming to the website, everybody's got two options. They could sign up and pay one time and get access for the year, or they could subscribe. So it says $40 on the video, but in all reality, there are discount codes in our Facebook group. I put them on the website. You could 99% of the time get it for $20 a month. So don't worry about the 40. It's gonna be 20. If you're a university or a school district, you could contact me and we could have even deeper discounts for you guys as well. And if you're a high school student or a college student, you want university or district to get eyes on this so they could offer it for everybody, just let them know as well. So let's actually jump into one of these courses. I know your time is valuable, and I'm going to poke through and show you some things that make it so special. So I've already got it opened up here. So here, like I said, high school, college, going to be the same rundown. This is aligned directly to the Florida Department of Education's skill and objective blueprint for this exam. I'm very big on creating relationships, creating community. We all learn from each other. If you're a high school student, I'm sure you do group activities at school where people work together, people have conversations. College students, the same thing. But as an educator, I know that people work best together. So I'm building a community on top of this course, and that's in our Facebook group. So right here, this is probably one of the most important aspects of this. If you are in our course, or anybody can get into it, it's free, but it's a private group where myself and our social studies specialist, Mr. Andy Wade, who you will meet in this course, who leads all the content lesson reviews, goes over the quizzes, and is in our Facebook group to answer questions. So whether you're in the courses or not, we're always here to help. We always want to make sure that people are successful on any exam they take, but especially for the FCLE. So walking through the course real quick, we've got obviously an intro. This is a combination to hit all learning styles, whether you're auditory, verbal, kinesthetic, whatever. We've got your back on here because there are opportunities to take notes and be engaging with the content, whether it's videos or PDFs or everything. So we got a little welcome. I'm not going to play these videos for you. If you want, if you're an institution and you want some free access to check it out, just let me know. I'll give it to you for free to check it out. But I introduced myself. It's all about making that connection, talk a little bit about myself and the importance of preparing the right way. Obviously, the directions are very clear. I live and die by a philosophy of if you confuse, you lose. I'm sure you've heard that. If you haven't heard that before, that's a great motto to live by. Trying to keep everything as simple as possible. So I have a very easy step-by-step success map here for students, whether you're high school or college, to make sure you get things going on the right track. You will meet your social studies specialist, and obviously this is all pre-recorded material. You can go through it as many times as you want, but like I keep saying, and I'll mention it a bunch of times in this video, you have access to myself and Mr. Andy Wade here in our Facebook group, and we also obviously provide one-on-one tutoring if that's something that somebody needs as well. So Mr. Andy Wade is a civics teacher actually in a district here in Central Florida for a lot of years, so he has a vast experience in civics and the civics exam. I have a video where I go over the blueprint. Whatever exam it is, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're a school leader or a student watching this, it doesn't matter what exam it is. A lot of times people lose a lot of confidence and a lot of points on exams when they don't even know what they're getting into, meaning the content, the grade you need to get to pass, how do they score you? So I'm going to go over that in this quick little video as well. Here's the information for our Facebook group. Like I mentioned, you just click there, it'll take you over to Facebook. If you are a student and you don't have Facebook, this is a great way to get. I know you're probably thinking, well, yeah, Dr. A, all the cool kids are on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok. I know some people have Facebook groups, but if you don't, it's a great reason to create one just to get into this group. Here's a study plan. I created a 4-week study plan. I actually make a video where I walk through it. Like I said, I want to make things as easy as possible. We did all the heavy lifting for you. We're going to set you up for success, give you what you need to get the job done. So I created a study plan. You can download it here as a PDF, but I walk through the PDF. It's a 4-week study guide. Do you have to do that? Is it mandatory for this? No. But obviously, I suggest it because a lot of people, including myself, are very unorganized when it comes to study. You got to keep a plan and stick to it. But your plan might be maybe 8 weeks, 12 weeks. That's fine. Maybe you want to get it done in 2 weeks. You could adjust it, but you just got to have something to be consistent with, right? Being diligent and consistent and putting in the time, all right? Because this course is about 10 to 15 hours when it comes to the videos and the quizzes and the practice tests and the flashcards. So you want to make sure you do things the right way. Before we get into any content, I have some strategy here. I talk about it here. This is my bob and weave strategy. It will boost your score tremendously, lower anxiety levels. There's a PDF and a video where I teach you. It's about a 30-minute video. You should definitely apply this strategy as you go through the quizzes and the practice tests in this course. I'm not going to play the video, obviously, but I have a video where I teach everything. So you can read it, you can hear it, you can see it, and learn everything as you go through the course, all right? Now, after we get through Module 1 and 2, now we actually do a deep dive into all of the concepts that you're required to show proficiency on this exam. Now, that doesn't mean you need to get an A on this exam. If you haven't taken this yet, this is a pass or fail test. So when you go through that bob and weave strategy, that's definitely going to help you tremendously with understanding the exam and how to beat this exam. Because you got to understand that your test is a performance. It's you against the state of Florida. Now, that's meant to make you giggle. Hopefully you laughed a little, but it is serious. So, I talk about that in the bob and weave strategy, but basically you got to know your opponent. And when you know your opponent and you know what you need to get to pass, there are certain things you can do to make your life a lot easier, to make this test a lot easier. And I go through that. So as we go into these competencies and go into these content areas, just keep in mind that you don't need to know everything. Don't try to memorize everything. You just got to build confidence in knowing some major skills and, more importantly, how to attack these questions. So competency, module 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all the 4 competencies. So there are 4 competencies on the FCLE exam. And every one of these competencies, I like to have a little fun today. Yeah, Andy didn't make these jokes, so don't yell at him if you think they're stupid. But I like them. I found some funny jokes. So, what's the difference between a politician and a calendar? Well, the calendar has integrity. It's always right at least once a year. Ha, ha, ha. So we're going to start off each of these competencies with some jokes. But then we jump in. Please read everything, go through everything. This is straight from the Florida Department of Education. So in this module, this is what Andy's going to go through in order with the pre-quiz, with the quizzes, and with the flashcards and the lesson videos. So every module 3, 4, and 5 represent the 4 competencies. They will do the same exact thing. So I'm not going to go through all 4 of them. I'm going to go through one of them here. You're going to have a pre-quiz. This is about 25 to 30 questions. It's just on the content for competency 1. It doesn't matter what score you get. Don't think of this as a diagnostic test or, oh my God, I got a 60 out of 100. What am I doing here? I need to study. It's okay. Even if you do really well, do not skip the videos, because we all know that we get things right that we don't really know 100%. But even if you do well on some of these questions, you're not going to see the same ones on the exam. They're going to be different. So we got to build that confidence. So you take the timed exam. It's all about recreating the testing environment. So you got a timer. You could bookmark questions, meaning save them and come back from. You could set timing reminders. So all the stuff to try to do our best to put you in that testing situation. All the pre-quizzes you could download as a PDF to your computer and save and print out. Not the practice test, but all the quizzes you can. So they don't have the answers on them necessarily, but Andy will go over those answers later on in the module. So you got the quiz. Now we get into the video lesson. So in order to help out with the learning experience, we made these, Andy wanted to make these videos very short. So you'll see on the bottom, they're about 6 minutes. There are for example, competency 1, there is 1 lesson video, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lesson videos. They're between 5 and 7 minutes each, and they're focused on specific content areas, and you could download them. Best practice, download the PDFs, and take notes along with Andy as he discusses these topics. So it's very thorough. It's aligned with the Florida DOE. Don't feel overwhelmed if you feel like it's a lot of material. You don't have to memorize everything, and you'll learn that as you go through this course. After the lesson videos, we're going to go what we call a pre-quiz review session, where Andy is going to go through all of the videos, all of the quiz questions. I'll fast forward a little bit here. One by one, talk you through why the answers are wrong, why the answers are right, give you a little strategy tidbits, talk about a little content, depending on the questions, if there's a need for further explanation. But once again, you have access to Andy in that Facebook group as well. If you're a school leader, all of your students can get in that group and ask away. There is no limit. Obviously, both myself and Andy are educators, so obviously we're not sitting at the computer and answer in 2 seconds, but we'll answer within 24 to 48 hours, sometime sooner. Probably if it's an evening time, we'll both be easily accessible. Now, after that quiz review, we've got something really cool here. We go over all the major concepts in that competency. So for example, we're in competency 1 right now, and I created some flashcards and review games, okay? So if I pull up one of the flashcards here, there are different sets. I only made 10 of them each because you don't want to have a flashcard set with 50 of them, right? And these are all the things that are listed on the test blueprint from the Department of Education, and all of the stuff that we go over in the course, just for that repetition, just to review, build that confidence. And we also have what I call matching games in here, where it's just playing a game here. You just match the question to the answer. Obviously, I'm just guessing and I know it's wrong, right? But these are another way just to reiterate those flashcards in practice, because it's all about building that confidence. Now, at the end of each of these modules, we have some bonus quizzes, all right? These are just like the pre-quizzes, but on different questions. There's thousands of questions in our bank, so you're not going to get the same questions on every quiz. Every quiz in our courses are set to 80%. Now, the real exam is 60% to pass, so we're going to push you. So if you're doing well on these practice exams consistently throughout the course, you're in a good position. But if you're failing them, doesn't mean you're going to fail the real test. It's just about building that consistency, reviewing that content, and doing better and asking questions. So I have no doubt that any college student or any high school student can pass this exam with the right support, and we've got it here in this boot camp. Now, as we go through these quizzes, it's the same exact setup as the practice test. There's just bonus quizzes. Mind you, it's all on competency 1. You got 2 of them, and then we wrap it up. We repeat the process for competency 2. Look, it's set up the same exact way. Competency 3, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Now, in module 7 is our practice test. I've got 2 practice tests set up here for you guys to work on. Remember, the real exam, you have a 160-minute session, 160 minutes, and you get a break if you want 80 minutes in. That is a lot of time, right? But you should be using that time and using the strategies I'm going to teach you in this course, and you'll have no problem passing this exam. But we go over all the buttons on the screen, how they work, what to do, and then you got 2 full practice tests on here that you can go through. They're both different. If you take them multiple times, you'll see different questions. You'll see answer choices in different orders. So it's not about memorizing the question. So, hey, I'll go take it again and get a better score. No, it doesn't work that way. You're not going to see the same test again. And then little congratulations, little confidence boosters with Mr. Wade here. There's an opportunity for one-on-one tutoring if you need extra help. I highly advise people to do the course first before even thinking about paying for tutoring, because it's all about targeting skills that you really need help with for tutoring. It's not about doing everything. This course covers everything, but sometimes people need a little extra support. Maybe it's competency 1 or competency 4 with the Supreme Court cases, but that's what tutoring for if you need it. We got a survey, and then we got a cool certificate that will download with your name on it and information if that's something you need to do to submit to your university or school district to show that you completed it. So I know I ramble a little bit, but I wanted to give you a thorough overview of our boot camp. I really appreciate it. And here at Florida Civics Prep, Get Your Civics On, my goal is very simple. It's to increase confidence and empower students to know that they're walking into an exam. There's nothing to worry about. And if they apply what they learn. They're going to pass this test with ease and not worry about it, and worrying about things that are more important, like their classwork and their coursework, and getting this thing out of the way. All right, so what'd you think? I know that was probably 5, 6, 7 minutes too long, right? But hopefully you walk through the whole thing. I really want you to get an idea of how the course is set up, because you can see the pictures, you can hear people talk about it, go, oh, cool, this is cool. Oh my God, it's interactive. There's quizzes, there's lesson videos, there's award-winning educator leader. That's great. But I want you to, hopefully you took the time to walk through and see the different sections and how working together, that setup is proven success model, because I've done it in other learning platforms with 95, 96% pass rates. But the key is you got to put in the work. So the total runtime on the course, like I said at the beginning, it's about 10 to 15 hours between all the quizzes and the practice tests and the lesson videos and the flashcards and the quiz rationale videos. So you put in that time, that's not a lot of time if you think about it. Spending 15 hours on a course, maybe 30 minutes a day, 45 minutes a day, when the end result is going to be take the exam one time, get it over with, right? Knowing what to expect, not going into a test blind. So many people do that. I don't care if it's just the FCLE, any exam. Trust me, I work with tens of thousands of people around the country helping them pass exams on other platforms too, as well as the FCLE here in Florida. And I'm telling you, most people, when they walk into any big exam, they don't even know what they're walking into. They don't know the concepts that are required. They don't know the passing percentages. They don't know how the scoring works. They just know they have to take something, and they might cram for something and walk in and try to pass it. And the biggest complaint, and if you've taken this exam before and failed, you probably are going to agree with this, right? Biggest complaint is they've taken practice quizzes and practice tests, and they go to take the actual FCLE, and guess what? Oh my God, nothing on the screen in this test looks any of the questions that I studied at home. Well, they never will be, but they will cover the same skills and concepts. So that's the key. Understanding the concepts, how they write the questions, having good strategies is the keys to passing any major high stakes exam like your Florida Civic Literacy Exam. So thank you for coming on this journey. If you're a school district or university, please reach out. I'd be happy to give you a bunch of free access for your students to try it out at first. If you're a high school student or a college student watching this, if you have any questions, hit that contact button, call the number. I'd be happy to help you. But everything is laid out very clearly on this website for you to enroll. Please make sure you use that 50% off coupon to get that $20 a month. But I am here to help you. We are here to help you in the FCLE Facebook group as well. If you're going to jump in there before you sign up, you can. Even search on Facebook FCLE, you can find the group. You just have to request access to it. So remember, this is a barrier, but it's nothing that can't be knocked down. So welcome to the Civics Army. I'm Dr. A, founder of Get Your Civics On, Florida Civics Preps. Hope you join our family, and I hope to see you on the inside. Have a great rest of your week and a rock star weekend, and I will see you inside the boot camp.